Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing my entire Rubik's Cube collection of, I need to count the puzzles real quick. I'm going to be showcasing 76 puzzles in this video. Now the title said 76 plus because I have a few more puzzles, but they're currently disassembled and I did not feel like bringing them out just to show a bag of pieces to the camera. So I will not be showing off any fully disassembled puzzles. I will be showing some partially disassembled puzzles, but nothing that's just a bag of pieces. That's why I'm leaving it at 76 plus. But anyway, let's get right into it. This is my only 7x7. It's MF7 or whatever. It's okay. I don't really know how to compare it to any other 7x7s because I've never tried another 7x7 for more than like 10 seconds. It's currently scrambled, and I'm not going to solve it probably for a while because I do not like doing big cubes. This is my only 6x6. I do not know what kind of 6x6 this is, but that doesn't really matter. It's just a 6x6. It's okay. You know, there's nothing special about it. I don't think it's the best cube ever, but if I had to guess, it's probably pretty decent the way it turns. This is one of the first puzzles I ever got. I got two puzzles at the same time as my first two puzzles, and this was one of them. It's a ShengShou 5x5, and I remember the first time I ever scrambling it, thinking that I'm never going to see this put back into its original state, but clearly I was wrong. This is my main 5x5. It's a Yushin Cloud. I recently lubricated it, and it made it quite a bit better. Here's a Qi 4x4 that I did not feel like solving for this video. Here's my first 4x4 ever. Is a ShengShou 4x4. Do not know what kind of ShengShou or what the exact name of it is, except that it's just ShengShou, and it's pretty loose, but not too loose. This is a Meiyin 4x4, like a version 1 of something, I think it is. Right now I'm kind of in the middle of a Lewis method solve, and I didn't feel like solving it for this video either. This is my main 4x4. It's the GTS M Nova Alsu. I had one of these before. It was stickerless, but I either lost it or was stolen or taken from me at a competition. And while this was missing, my main was the Wuchui Mini M. And this is a pretty good puzzle, except it's a little too slow for my liking because I have a very light turning style. So right now, this is my current main, but the Wuchui is still very good. This is a Muyu Aolong. I'm pretty sure it's a V2, but I'm not exactly sure, and I don't know how to check. This is a ShengShou 3x3. This was probably my second 3x3 I ever had, and I'll tell you the story behind that in my next puzzle I'll show off. So this is my first 3x3 ever, and it is the same exact model ShengShou 3x3 as that other one, except I tried to tension it, and whenever I took a piece out, it broke. The little piece of plastic that should be right here is missing. So this edge falls out very, very easily, and therefore, it's kind of annoying to solve on, but it's still very special to me because it is my first cube ever, and it's pretty cool to have in my collection. This is a Muyu Weilong. It was my main for a very long time, and it is still a very good cube. I remember using this cube for quite a while until it got beat by something else that you'll see eventually. This is a pillowed V cube, pretty crappy. Probably one of my worst cubes in my collection. Yeah, I don't know how anyone could ever use this. It's just so bad. This is a treasure chest cube that I really like. I have another treasure chest cube that I'm going to show you right after this one, which kind of sucks. Actually, I'll pull it out right now. It's this YJ treasure box, and it falls apart a lot. You pretty much can't get it open without it falling apart. I don't know if I have it affected one or if I'm just not doing it right. If someone could please explain to me how to properly open this, I would really appreciate it, because every time I try and open this treasure box, it just completely explodes. And all the pieces are just in my drawer right now. I really like this treasure box because not only is the compartment a lot bigger, but it is actually able to stay together, and not just completely destroy itself. This is a pretty old cube, but it is very, very well made. It doesn't turn too great either, but I'm willing to sacrifice that for an actually functioning puzzle. This is a Z cube with carbon fiber stickers. I really love the feel and the look of these stickers. It's just absolutely amazing. I don't speed solve on this or anything, but it's just really, really nice to look at. This is a Rubik's Speed Cube. Pretty good. The tiles are really nice. This is an actual Rubik's 3x3 that is okay, I guess. I mean, it's a lot better than some things like my V Cube. And this is the cube that I used in the solving a Rubik's Cube on a ski lift video, because I knew that if I dropped it, I could just pick one up at like any large store. So I don't really care about this puzzle too much. This was my first GAN puzzle ever. I got it while I was using my Moyu Weilong, and this was kind of a main contender for the only reason that I was young and naive and thought that just because the puzzle was GAN that it was actually good. So that's the only reason I actually gave this puzzle a chance. It actually wasn't that good. It's not as good as the Weilong, but I didn't know that. I did a sticker with silver and gold stickers, which is like the only cool thing about it. Here are 2 holiday cubes from Speed Cube Shop. Here's the Christmas one or the wintertime one, and here's the Halloween one. I like this one better because of the ghost design. This is a GTS2 that was not magnetic, and I magnetized myself, and that's why it's always slightly like misaligned. And for some reason the yellow and the red on this cube are switched, and I don't know why, but that's like pretty interesting, and it was my OH main for a while. This is a Yuxiao Pro. Yeah. This is a Dion Zanchi 2017 version. I only got this just for the sake of having it because I wanted to have a Dion puzzle. Quick 3x3 intermission before I forget to show these puzzles because they were just sitting on my desk with my 3x3s. This is the Meffert's Ball. Pretty easy solve that I didn't know how to solve like too long ago. I kind of like just learned it. And honestly, if I tried to solve it right now, I'd probably forget. This is a Kibby Minx I didn't feel like solving for this video. Not sure what brand it is. I think it's a Shengxiao, but the annoying thing about it is it has these centers, which I'm considering trying to color in with a Sharpie or something because it's just pretty distracting to solve with. This is a very fun puzzle. It's a 3x3x2, and I actually figured out how to solve with the roux method on this puzzle, and I considered making a tutorial on it, but I don't know if many people would be interested in that. If you want me to make a roux tutorial on this puzzle, let me know in the comments. So back to the 3x3s, this is my current main. The Moyu Weilong GTS2M is a very good puzzle and fits my light turning style, and I've had this for a pretty long time. It's been my main maybe almost as long as my Weilong has, but I don't think I've gotten there yet. This is my OH main. It's the GAN 354, like the small one, and I like it pretty much because it's small and it's also fits my light turning style. Pretty easy to turn, and I think it's just a great puzzle overall. It would probably be very good for two-handed solvers as well, but I think my GTS2 is slightly better, but this is fantastic for OH. This is the Dian Guhong. It's a pretty bad cube, but back in the day it was probably pretty good. This is a Moyu Along. I don't know if it's a V1 or a V2. Also don't know how to check. And it is my underwater main. I'm not going to turn it very much because rust flies out of it, but anytime I want to do a cube underwater, or if I'm going into a pool and I want to bring a cube, I bring this one because it is already very rusted. This is a GTS1. It was probably my main for about a week because after I got this, I shortly got myself a GTS2, and yeah, it's actually a pretty okay cube. This was the cube that beat out my Weilong as a main. It's the Z Cube Magnetic. It was my first ever magnetic cube and is still a great budget magnetic cube. This is the cube that beat out my Weilong as a main. It's the Z Cube Magnetic. It's still a great budget magnetic cube. It's only like 14 bucks. And while it's a little bit slower than it was when I first got it, I still think it's a decent puzzle and it's very stable. This was actually featured in my first video ever, my sub 20 video. So if you go and watch that, you can see this cube in action. This was a cheap speed cube that I got for $3 at Five Below. It actually performs very well, and if you were to get this for like a non-cuber who wants to start speed cubing, this would be a very good option, except that pink might mess with the color recognition, but it does turn very, very well for only being $3. Here are my mini 3x3s, excluding the GAN 54. This is a very old puzzle. I think it's a Chi-E like Viper or something. I don't know the name of it, but it's just a small cube that I got only for the sake that it's small, and it's missing a center cap. This is a little cube I got in like a birthday gift bag or something. It turns awful, but it is solvable to some extent. And this is like the nano cube that you can pretty much find in any store that has a large amount of puzzles in their selection. Real life store, not online store. This is a 3x3 that I bought at like an antiques toy store. I don't know what brand it is. All I know is that it has an original color scheme, and it's probably the oldest puzzle in my collection, assuming that because it was found in an antique store. But I honestly do not know the age or the brand of this puzzle at all, but it turns okay. This is a really crappy dollar store puzzle that my cousins bought for me, and it turns pretty bad. It locks up a lot. This is a Void Cube. It's a Rubik's brand, and it turns fast as long as you don't have it locked up. Like if I can... Yeah, I can just do that. I think the Void Cube is a pretty cool puzzle because you can like put your finger through it and everything. And it seems quite impossible, but it probably just has the same mechanism as a treasure chest cube, but it just can't come apart. Here are two like ball puzzles. This is a YJ ball that my sister bought for me. Really fun puzzle, really fun thing to solve. And this is a Sudoku cube, which is a really hard puzzle and a really hard solve. The only reason I could get it to its solve state is because before I mixed it up, I actually took pictures of every side. Well, that's a problem. The only reason I was able to solve it is because I took pictures of every side and then used that to help me solve the puzzle. Here are my picture cubes that just fell over. This is a calendar cube that does not have the correct date. Here's a Christmas themed little cube that my family got for me. This is a Custer State Park picture cube, and I actually have two of them. One is mixed up. It's actually because when I was in South Dakota, I saw this in a store and I bought it. And then later, one of my relatives saw the same exact cube and bought it for me, not knowing that I already bought it. So that's why I have two of them. And this is the cube also from South Dakota for like the wall drug store that everyone goes to. It's not solved right now, and I don't feel like solving it either, so it's not going to be solved for this video. This is a one-layer cube that I got just for like a little gag trinket thing. Pretty easy solve, obviously, and it turns okay. Now on to my 2x2s. This is a like Moyu Lingpo or Weipo or whatever it's called. It turns okay except for the fact that it's broken, and the piece that fell off or got twisted off, I shoved a quarter in there. I can get it out, but I don't feel like it. Here's the first ever 2x2 that I got. It was the third puzzle I ever received in my collection, and it's a Shengshao something, and it turns okay. This was my main for a while. It's the Xinghen M. It has my own like custom sticker scheme that I don't use, and it is a very nice magnetic cube, but it was beaten out by the GAN V2M. This is a really nice 2x2, and it fits my extremely light turning style. And it's a pretty loose puzzle, even just out of the box, so I think it was a really good fit for me, even though I don't do much 2x2. This is a Dian Zanchi 2x2, 2017 edition or whatever. Maybe 2018, I don't know what the date is. But I only got this just for the sake of having it. This is a Z carbon fiber 2x2 that I got. This is a super floppy cube. I prefer to just solve it as like a regular floppy cube and not do this whole like shape shifting thing. And this is a 2x2 floppy cube, I guess. It's actually kind of a fun puzzle because you can like see the same three patterns and use finger tricks to solve them. Like I know I made up one for this one where you like grab these two pieces and like do something like this. I think you could get like really fast with it, but like faster than maybe you would expect. Here are two Shengshao Megamixes. This one is solved and has never been scrambled past a few turns, and this one is not solved and probably will not be solved for a while. Here's a some kind of Scube. I don't know what brand it is, but it's good enough for my skill level, which is basically 0. Here's a square one that I always try and learn how to solve, but never actually follow through with because I just don't have enough motivation to learn this event. Here's a curvy copter that I tried solving a while ago, and it was super confusing. Here are two Z Christmas trees, one that's still in the box and I'm not going to take out, and one that has been used as an ornament. I mean, you don't even know as a viewer if there's actually a cube in here, but I really honestly don't feel like proving that to you, so I'm just not going to. Here's a Moyu Pyraminx. Turns really nice. It's my main. Yeah, I bought this at my first competition, and it helped me drop my times and make cutoff. Here's a Shangshao Pyraminx. I brought this to my first competition expecting to use it, but had a change of plans. It's okay, but the magnets are pretty darn strong. Here's a Master Pyraminx that I haven't solved and haven't really tried, but it's still kind of cool to have. Here are two 1x1s. This one is a store-bought one that has my logo. It's just a Squan logo. And here's one that I made with my dad off of Me, Myself, and Pi's like how to make a 1x1 tutorial like a really long time ago. I should re-sticker this eventually because it was stickered at one point, but as of now it is not. Here's a Mirror Blocks. I'm a huge fan of this puzzle, but I don't solve it very much because I have no reason to. It's not an event, but it totally should be. Here's an X-Cube Master. Really interesting puzzle. It looks like not that complicated until you realize that it can shapeshift like this, which makes the entire cube look way more confusing. I haven't tried to solve this yet or tried to learn at all, but I probably will eventually. Here's a foot cube that I keep in a plastic bag because feet is disgusting, but I really won't be needing this anymore since feet's almost done. Here are some non-twisty puzzle things. This is like a little like 3-dimensional 15 puzzle where you like slide the squares around and you can like twist it like this. The clacking sound is like really satisfying and I just love doing this. This is a little puzzle that my teacher gave me. You're supposed to fold it into a 3x3x3 like block. I haven't figured it out yet, but I probably will eventually. Here's a Rubik's Snake. Do not know how to solve this, but honestly, haven't tried that hard, so it's just kind of fun to like pull into different shapes and stuff and like stretch it out or whatever. Here's a little stress ball that I can use before an event when I get stressed. Here's a magic that's like in the right shape, but I just can't seem to figure out. Like I know it's the same solution every time, but I just for some reason cannot figure out how to do this thing. So yeah, this is my entire collection. Right after I'm done filming and everything, I have like 79 puzzles. I already forgot the number. Hopefully I mentioned that number in the beginning of the video. If not, it'll be on screen right now. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, but that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.